Hello everyone, this is Dr. Whiting, and today I would like to talk to you about some of the baseline information concerning supplementing your diet with supplements. So today we're going to talk about the baseline multivitamin mineral supplement, what to look for and what not to look for. First of all, do we need dietary supplements? In my opinion and the opinion of many, yes, we do. Because the foods that we are forced to consume have very few nutrients compared to decades ago. First of all, poor farming techniques, which do not allow for the replacement of nutrients, micronutrients, and trace minerals in the soil, which means that the crops and the foods we grow on those soils no longer contain those nutrients either. And then we have the issue of food storage, premature harvesting, etc. Believe me, none of your foods are vine ripened, as it were. They're not ripened on the plant. They are prematurely harvested and chemically ripened just before they go to your supermarket. And in most cases, this is the source that we all have for getting our nutrients. According to the National Institutes of Health, at least 50% of the essential nutrients are no longer available in the standard diet as we consume it today. So the evidence for the need for a dietary supplement is clear and significant. The next thing we need to consider is that absorption of nutrients, whether it be from foods or from supplements, declines as we grow older. And after age 40, many of us have compromised digestive systems that are actually making the absorption of nutrients even less effective. So when you go to select a dietary supplement, the cheap vitamins are probably not the best idea. When it comes to vitamin supplements, it's like quality of food. You get what you pay for. And in this instance, the vitamin supplement that you can get at the discount house for $9.95 for a lifetime supply probably is going to be hard, rocky tablets that are going to be really hard for your body to break down and assimilate, especially if you're over the age of 40 or 50. So if you're going to select a dietary supplement, today I would like to talk about some of the factors that are involved in what you should look for when you do so. The first thing is completeness or totality. There are at least 100 nutrients that your body needs on a daily basis for optimal wellness. These include vitamins, minerals, trace minerals, amino acids, antioxidants, phytochemicals from plant material, fatty acids, and so forth. And the more of these nutrients that you find in your baseline multi-supplement, the better off you will be. Some inexpensive supplements only have 15 or 20 nutrients, and they're missing the vast majority of what you should be getting every day. So that's the first thing to look for. Roll that bottle or that package over and look at the supplement facts and see what you're actually getting in that formula before you choose it. The next thing, of course, is potency. Each nutrient has to be present at a certain level in order for it to do its proper job. And its proper job is to support your biochemistry in various ways. And each nutrient is required in different amounts depending on the nutrient. And so the minimum is not necessarily the maximum benefit. So potency is important, and oftentimes in less expensive supplements, manufacturers will put in the bare minimum, or even less, than the daily value in order to save cost and increase their profit margin. So now we have completeness and now we have potency. You've got to have enough nutrients to do the job. Now I want to talk about something that almost nobody talks about when it comes to supplements of any kind, and that's ratio. You see, nutrients, especially minerals, compete with each other for space across your cell membrane to get into your cells. And if there's too much of one mineral in the absence of another, it can prevent the absorption of the lesser nutrient. So what that means to you as a consumer is that you need to select a formula that was designed by biochemists and nutritionists and not by marketing and advertising people. Because those products, they're going to put in whatever the latest bell and whistle is on the market, in the news, whether it's the right thing, whether it's the wrong thing, whether it's the right amount, whether it's absorbable, really doesn't matter to them. What matters to them is selling products. So always dig deep and find out who actually made these formulas, who developed them, who designed them, because this is extremely important for the bottom line, which of course is absorption. And ratio, which most supplement companies don't even understand, let alone consider, is another factor for absorption. Another factor is the pH. pH is whether something is acidic or alkaline. And a nutrient, most nutrients, especially minerals, but others as well, antioxidants, tend to absorb much better in an acid environment. So, for example, if you are looking for a mineral supplement, or you're looking for a multivitamin that contains minerals like calcium, magnesium, potassium, zinc, etc., then those minerals, for the most part, should be what we call chelated. Chelation is a process whereby the mineral is pre-acidified so that the pH goes down and it becomes more acidic. Once this happens, the absorption rate through the stomach wall and into the small intestine areas of the digestive system increases tremendously. Keep in mind that your stomach is naturally acidic. And so if something is ingested that is also an acid, it is compatible. And the absorption rate is going to be much greater than if it is an alkaline state. And most minerals in their raw state are ground up rocks, which are very alkaline, with a pH of 8 or 9 or higher. And your stomach has to pre-acidify those nutrients before any absorption can take place. And again, after the ages of 40 or 50, our ability to acidify what we consume declines because our ability to produce adequate gastric acid diminishes with age. And this is likely due to consuming a diet of overprocessed, highly refined foods. But that's a subject for another discussion. But most of the digestive disturbances that people complain about, such as belching, burping, bloating, heartburn, acid reflux, are caused by a lack of stomach acid, not an excess. That too is a subject for another discussion. But because that's true, after the age of 40 or 50, people complain more about these upper digestive disturbances, which is an indication that their stomach is unable to produce adequate hydrochloric or gastric acid anymore. And this makes having pre-acidified nutrients even more important than ever before. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the delivery system. There are tablets, and for years, supplements were supplied in tablet form. The problem with tablets is, again, after middle age, we don't always have the gastric acids and the pH environment to break down those tablets. And what's happening is that those tablets are passing through the digestive system and out the back end. And that is evidenced by septic tank workers who will tell you that the septic tanks that they service are often filled with vitamin supplements in tablet form that have gone from mouth to behind and never ever got broken down. And obviously, if you're not breaking down the tablet, you certainly aren't absorbing the nutrients that are contained inside. The next delivery system are capsules. Capsules are a tremendous improvement over the tablet. And all really qualified quality supplement manufacturers will use capsules instead of tablets, except under certain circumstances when we have to enteric coat, that means cover up and protect certain nutrients. Then we might use the tablet to our advantage. But in most cases, we want the nutrients to dissolve and become bioavailable in the stomach fairly quickly. Capsules have evolved over the years to much better. They used to be pork gelatin. They used to be quite thick and hard, and again, increases the time that they can be broken down. New capsules, which are often called veggie or vegetable capsules, are micro-thin, and those capsules can break down and dissolve in the stomach in as little as 2 minutes, which is a tremendous improvement, releasing the contents of the capsules into the stomach. And if they have been pre-acidified, which they should be, then the bioavailability continues to go up. The next delivery system that I'd like to talk about is the liquid delivery system. And for a foundation multivitamin mineral formula, I like a liquid delivery system for several reasons. Because we can control the pH or the acidity. A good liquid supplement can have a pH of 4, 4.5, which matches the stomach's pH almost exactly. We can adjust the potency, the ratio, and all of these other factors much more effectively in a liquid suspension. Plus which, liquids have the benefit of having what we call micro shearing of the nutrients. We can reduce the particle size within a liquid to very small particles. And in chemistry, the smaller the particle, the greater the surface around it, because you have more particles with more surfaces than one. To illustrate that, you can picture a basketball and the surface around it. Now picture that basketball filled with marbles and measure the surface around each one of those hundreds of marbles, and you can see why the smaller the particle, the greater the surface. The greater the surface, the greater the chance for absorption, because your body has to latch on to those nutrients, carry them around throughout the body, and get them into the cell structures where they belong. And so anything that we can do to enhance that transport and that absorption is going to be ideal. So I often recommend a liquid delivery system for a baseline formula and capsules for targeted or specific reasons, like arthritis support or blood sugar support or any one of a dozen different specific concepts. But for a foundation baseline, I think it's always wise, especially if you're middle-aged and beyond, to select a liquid delivery system. And the really good news is that just recently, technology has developed a special capsule in which we can inject a liquid delivery system inside. So now, because of that technology, which is fairly recent, we can now offer the benefits of absorption and potency and ratio that we can get in a liquid. We can now offer them in a capsule and get the convenience of the capsule as well. So either of those delivery systems would be ideal and certainly acceptable. So when you consider taking a dietary supplement, a multi-baseline vitamin mineral supplement, these are some of the things that you should look for. If you're already taking a multivitamin supplement, take a look at your product, look at the supplement facts box, call the company, ask them who made it, ask them what the source of their nutrients are, ask them if their minerals are chelated. It should say so on the label, by the way, but not always. And this will give you some idea how you can get the greatest benefit from the dietary supplement that you choose. A lot of people say, you know, I take vitamins, but I don't know that I really get anything beneficial from it. It's probably not the nutrients. It's probably the delivery system or your digestion. And both of those things can be fixed quite easily and quite naturally. This is Dr. Whiting. Take care, stay safe, and